SK looking last. I mean, the Anivia kind of makes Olaf nicer because he can just run her down. So we'll see if that's what SK decide to lock in, and it is.
But Olaf's natural counter is a wall.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have flash. I mean, like what?
Yeah, if you wall him off, yeah.
You just walk away.
That's true.
It's high. Let's get it. You know.
We have a gank.
We have a gank. Top side. Wonder. Very quickly running away from the Scorpion, but a flash in from Skewmon. Definitely nice. The axe to come through the undertow. Wonder nowhere to go. First blood for G2. You said action on the top side. We're seeing it now, and now Skeens is going to try to 2v1. That was not good, my guy.
Broken Blade thought he had the damage to take down Skeens. So Alzama had more mana here. I think they could look for a dive and trade 1-for-1. They might still look for it.
And this is a bit of a toughie.
I mean, Lebrov is going to die if they go for it, but if they can kill Yopa, it's worth.
Taunt through, doesn't quite get the flash. Knockback is there. Lebrov is going to die, but oh, so is Mickey. Hansama
got the mana
debating.
from Prison Mind. Oh, doesn't go for it. Skewmon is behind Wonder. Wonder still no flash.
Sure. To the skies. Remember blow back. Trying to buy time for the rest of his team to get there. Keep your eyes on that mini-map. Jungle support on the way. Mickey and Skeen trying to come in, as is Lebrov. Full 3v3, but SK behind the play thus far. Wonder going to die before the play even starts. Now Skeens and Mickey, just spectators to their top lane. Ultis traded. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a wall has been leveraged. Caps cannot get around it, but the gravity field is good too. Skeens ward hopping forward. Sonic Wave connects. Caps still getting the Scuttle Crab movement speed, trying to get tricky with it. Mickey moving into cover to make sure Skeens can get this kill. No way for Lebrov to contest. And that Skeens getting one back.
Really nice gank from Skeens there. Caps flashed the initial. Skewmon's in the area though, so should dissuade any sort of dive possibility for SK. Broken Blade needs to be careful. He dies very fast here.
He does. The Q lands from Skeens. Broken Blade is a dead man. Even the Skarner can't get here in time. Nice conversion coming in from Broken Blade. Body block there. Wonder going to finish it with a thundering blow. But the Heartsteel is there for Skewmon to make sure he gets one in return. Slow Q Hunter doesn't do a ton of damage yet, but also Hansama didn't get hit by that Shock Blast, so I'd say mission accomplished.
Yopa needs to be careful.
Lock up. Hansama, good damage to come through. Nice satchel to try and escape. Both Yop and Hansama really low, but on the hunt and the heal. More than enough movement speed. Good burst damage coming through, but that flash not doing much of anything as the Stand United ensures that there's no follow-up angle for Skeens. And Skewmon in the meantime gets the drink.
Kills him. As now Caps might be in trouble. TP.
Well played. Caps locked up. Slowq still standing in the storm, and Lebrov is on the win. Slowq needs to be careful here. He's going to get egged, but he will not go down. Caps. SK at least getting their counterpunch, getting that map play. Still behind in gold, but the Herald will at some point be another 600 gold.
Nice Sivir game. The only thing is Hansama is pretty reliant on his front line to create space for him, since he's up against so many long-range carries. As Caps is
another hook.
Power.
Slowq and Mickey holding hands through this entire game, and Caps cannot make it out of the Glacial Storm. So we'll Caps. He'd be tied, but he kept missing playoffs there for a little while. Jankos, Wonder, so many people on that list, so many legendary names. That's part of the reason why we always talk about the history of these teams. Sometimes,
yeah, G2 are dropping it. They're pushing in top. They want to maybe try to go for more. They're going to get the tier 1, but I don't think they can get the tier 2. Just get a deep push on Broken Blade. I think SK can be pretty happy with this, especially with the fact that they got Hansama's flash as well. So now with Nash up and available, if they're able to get a good insect from Skeens or get a good wall from Slowq and take Hansama down, they could easily start the Nash, as now Yopa gets the mid tower.
Evening out the gold. I don't remember most of them, but I know it's happened at least once.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. It's now Skeens lurking, waiting in the darkness. Wonder versus Caps. Brothers fighting. Stand United up and available. Lee Sin getting pounded into the wall. Taunt Blast coming in for Lebrov. Wonder taken out. They were trying to bully Caps, but this time it's send them to the top side to try to hold the wave. 5 members of G2 on the bottom side of the map. Taunting through now is Lebrov. A bit premature to kick things off. A nice wall to block off Hansama, but not quite perfect positioning. Ulti goes completely wide from Yapa, and now there's a raging Viking standing behind him. Gonna start ripping through his health bar. He just wanted to have a pool party, but it's absolutely not happening. Broken Blade, another wall to delay the push, but G2 with a nice quick fight to ensure their control over this Drake.
And Broken Blade, he came out of nowhere with a steel chair. Takes down Yopa. Yopa tries to flash away. He tries to get away, but there's no way.
And there is enough damage now for Caps' ulti to get those quick resets. Skeens not super tanky right now, working towards the Death Dance. Might help a bit, but we just went from 1,000, about 2,000 gold lead from a couple side lane players from G2 to 4,000 in their favor, and match Drakes. Mickey trying to swing things back a little bit, at least punish Lebrov, but Anivia not the best follow-up champion in the extended play. However, it might be enough. One more staggering blow and another second here, waiting on that cooldown. Wonder on the way in. Lebrov will finally fall. I've asked, I confirm. Production are on it. slow game. They have time. They have the bandwidth, the resources. Wonder gonna have to flash over this wall. Nice angle coming in from Skewmon. Broken Blade might have an axe to kick this one off, but he does have an ulti. The chase now coming in. Mickey, a dead man walking, quick ulti flash to try to make it over the wall, distracting Hansama as he cues out. Spider Knot, praying for a brand new day. There's not gonna happen though. He's about to die. G2 keeping the fight going. Good ulti across the top, but again, only connecting on LeBron. In goes Skis, his body, telling him yes, his mind telling him yes, but now he's gonna be saying hell no, because it's Caps on the flank. 0-3-0, but still getting in there to make the play happen. Now all the way up to 3-3-1 as SK falling apart.
Pretty down fast. It's a Nasher for G2, a 5,000 gold as well. I mean, the one thing that SK
That's a
does have,
4-item Sivers.
I mean, he's gonna do a lot, but he doesn't need to do a lot.
He doesn't need to, okay. So greater magic penetration, but until then, Skewmon is pretty unkillable. So it's tough for SK. They can clear the waves, they can kill the minions, but killing G2's front line is tough. Luckily, G2's front line is not here. Broken Blade going to try to 1v5. Hansama pushed hard. It might not be enough though. Broken Blade still living. Gets burnt to a crisp by the Ignite. And Skeens is going right back in. The front line has finally arrived, but it might be too little too late. Now, that said, Skewmon is officially unkillable. Let's see how long it takes. 10 seconds, 20 seconds. The 80 damage is here. Will it be enough? Yes, it will be. Skewmon will finally fall. Physical damage there for the side of SK to finish up that kill.
And it's a pretty big throw from G2 as SK should be able to pick up this dragon now as well and set themselves on soul point. Although Hansama and Lebrov want to look for the cheese. Skeens face checks.
Quick taunt, pop back to Mickey. Getting low, does have access to the GA. Hansama could be in trouble. Nice hook to interrupt with the GA proc. That's devastating. Lebrov now looking for the angle and the setup. Yappa on the way and flashback from Skeen. Sonic Wave connects. Resonating strike ready to come through. Good hook from Mickey. Down goes Lebrov, and now it's Hansama trapped in the pit. A 1v1 with the dragon. Ziggs ulti across the top, burning his spell shield. Now Hansama's forced to flash away as Caps continues to poke. Mickey's still going forward. No one is here to back him up. It's a one-way trip, but he's happy to take someone with him as SK continue to set their sights on the Cloud Drake. G2 might have gotten that in him in the top lane, but they lost.
Shutdowns giving across the board, and the G2 coaching staff not too happy.
Perks was literally smiling.
Okay.
As SK trying to find a way to get in here, but don't have great vision coverage. Maybe just hoping for the 50-50, but now Skewmon coming over the wall, locking up slow Q. A nice W from Caps to split the fight in the meantime, as double TPs are now coming in. Arriving in the fight is Broken Blade, but at low health, his Skeens isn't quite sure if he wants that play. Ulti from Yopa, not great, only hitting the edge onto Caps, and both sides walking away a bit bruised, but only Mickey has fallen.
And I
think you're getting close to seeing the ideal SK team fight there, but because Mickey went so deep, you see both bit more even footing as Caps looking for a bit of free poke. The first hook from Mickey is going a bit wide as Slowq tries to land some poke of his own. Broken Blade kicking things off, eating a ton of damage before the fight kicks off. They're going to try to burst through that health bar. Ulti across the entire team. Again, not hitting onto key members of G2, however. Mickey's ulti, the depth charge, connects on the Caps with the fall damage in there. Now Wonder's just going to burn to death. The Knight's Vow comes in, but it's just too little. It's not nearly enough as G2 walk down Wonder, and SK looking a little bit dizzy in these fights.
But how did G2 do it? They're magicians. This fight looked so bad in the beginning. Broken Blade was just going in and dying, yet the fight somehow turns again into a 1-for-0 for them as Mickey hooks in.
He hooks in and maybe sent just right back to the fountain. As Skewmon debating if he wants to keep dashing forward. Taunt Flash comes in for Lebrov. Flash back from Slowq was good, but it's Skeens who's gotten the maws of G2. A GA procced. Gonna come right back to life just to die once again. Hansama taking down Skeens.
Already with an open inhibitor in top, they can look to get triple inhibitor and secure themselves positions for Soul and make this game their own.
And you know what I think, Jack? And one of the big things we talked about was the poke of this SK comp, but it really hasn't worked out too well, and you can see when they walk into close range, again, Caps, who started the game pretty far behind, essentially one-tapped Wonder. Q, auto, Death Ray, ulti across the dot. Wonders immediately dies. Now, if he gets to start with poke, he might be able to one-shot Caps as well, but Caps has the Zanyas, Caps has the front line, so much of SK's all-in just is pretty meaningless. As you can see, that's like an auto and a half. Mickey already losing half of his HP, even through the Celestial opposition. But again, we have a Ziggs and we have an Anivia. So if there's anything we will have, it is a decent amount of game time as Yopa finally connecting on a key target with that ulti. Broken Blade.
I think like 5 HP with the death stance. He just barely lives there. That could have been the comeback that SK needed to make a fight happen. Broken Blade, he doesn't have the teleport at least, so he's still going to be out of the fray, but SK used too many tools. They can't make an engage happen. That's 2 inhibitors for G2, and they can recall now and set up bot side and play again, or they can just rotate straight to bot and continue playing the Nash. They're going to take the recall.
Yep, slow, steady, controlled, 90 seconds until Cloud sold. But you have a 6,000 gold lead and a full build Sivir.
Someone TP towards top side here. I think he wants to go for the red buff. I thought they would just siege bot lane and open up the third inhibitor, but they want to kill
for the
Slowq.
bird. Cap chasing, and if they kill Slowq, they probably just end the game here. There's nowhere for him to go. Gets egged, now will die as well. Ulti from Yopa not dealing nearly enough damage as SK are being zoned away from their own fountain. Minion-empowered melee creeps and casters going to be enough here for G2 to break open the base of SK. Wonder going for the 1v1 with Broken Blade. LeBron interrupts, but I don't think he would have won it anyway. Skeen's desperately trying to hold the line, but despite their best efforts, SK picked apart in the mid and late game. G2 outscaling and outplaying in this game one.
And it was a nice attempt by SK. They held on for 40 minutes, but in the end, G2 with 2 Baron Nashers